And then you wonder what's with your life. So what we want to do is go inside. Go inside and change all the wrongs and make them right. Now, I had somebody come in, and this is really interesting. This guy, I do a lot of phone work, and this guy, I think he's in Massachusetts or Boston somewhere. I don't know for sure where he's at. He says, I don't have real feelings. I don't have strong feelings. I said, okay, well, how do you know you have problems? He says, well, I don't know. I just have pictures in my mind. I said, okay. And he has some really great bad experiences. I mean, really, I call them bad ones. And they're really great because I discovered that people who went through a lot of crud, physical, emotional, sexual trauma, beatings, they're really powerful people once they let go of that stuff. Okay? And so here it is. I said, go back, and as you remember this memory, tell me about this memory. He says, well, I'm seeing the top of my head with a gash in my head where my mom hit me in the head with a cup. I said, and you don't feel any emotions? No, it just really, I can just see it, and I can see the blood. I said, you know, isn't this interesting? I'm going to make a, Dan, I said, Dan, isn't it impossible at 7 years old to see the top of your head from that angle? He said, well, I never thought of that. I said, why don't we just change that picture where it's something you like instead of what you don't like? And then we started changing his pictures. And we started putting good feelings in it. And we did all this. We did an hour's worth of work, changing all these bad memories. And all of a sudden he goes back. He's starting to feel good. He goes, aren't I just making it all up? The good ones? I said, Dan, the bad ones are made up too. You can't see it from that angle. If you're going to make up something, why don't you make it up good? Does that make logical sense? Mm-hmm. But sometimes we just don't realize it. And I had somebody in this class, not in this class, but in a class just like this, and we're talking about their pictures in her head, and she said, I said, what is it? She said, black and white. I said, well, adjust the color, adjust it where it's color. She said, no, it'll make you feel good. I said, isn't that a good idea? Here's the crazy part. It's you. It's all you. Do you know that this is a fact? You're not waking up this morning. You're not at work. You're not driving over here. It's gone. And the moment you go back to any point beyond this moment, any point, it's all made up. Yeah, I know. I know it happened. But the nice thing about it, it's not happening unless you do it to yourself. Isn't that awesome? Amen, brother. Thank you. Isn't that true? Isn't that awesome? Is it not you doing this to you? Whose pictures are those? I want to help you understand something else. We talked about the pictures in the mind. There's many ways to change the pictures, and I'm going to cover a little bit this next session. But there's also the most powerful part about us, and it's the one that makes us sick. It's the one that grabs us at the throat and the heart, the stomach, and it's one that makes the tightness in your shoulder and your neck and gives you headaches. It's emotions and feelings. Now that is one of the most powerful ways that your deep unconscious, your deep inner part is trying to say, Pat, listen to me. There's something, Pat, you need to pay attention to. Kim, this stuff right here is telling you you need to let it go. The feeling in your stomach is saying, we need to figure out how to process this in a different way. We need to let go of this. That inner part is trying to tell you there's a fear there that you hadn't let go of yet. The deal is you didn't know how. Isn't that true? Okay. Now, what is it that really creates the feelings inside your body when you think of something? Not only is it the deep unconscious, it's the great learning machine, but it uses the body to express itself. And so the body's expression is truly the mind and the great resource within, but it's triggering the body to feel it as if it were real. Okay. Now, a while ago, remember I said go back to the memory, whatever that memory was, how many you went back and all of a sudden you felt it to be real right then. Isn't that true? All right, but you realize the truth is you're really here with me. That's the truth. All right, so the unconscious, which is this great genius within you, by the way, it's the one that knows what 5 times 5 is. Just pops right in naturally, doesn't it? All right, that's the great genius within you. All right, and so this great part within you will use the body to get your attention. Now, how does it use it? It uses the organs. The organs is what makes that memory seem real as if it were real, but really it isn't real, but it feels real. True? And so I have a technique. It's basically acupressure with an attitude. A good attitude. All right? And so this attitude is basically when you think, your body naturally responds. And so we're going to use something as simple as doing this. And all of a sudden, your body changes, your mind changes. Sounds too bizarre, doesn't it? Does that sound bizarre? Yeah. I mean, honestly. It really is bizarre. But the reason why it works is because it is working within a system that always works. What is the system? When you think, your body follows. Isn't that true? Yeah. A while ago when you thought of something, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Let's do it. Let's do a good feeling. Y'all want to feel good for no reason? What a great idea. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Now I want you to go back. Go back in time, maybe to one of those experiences. You know, one of them that makes you feel good. The day you got the kitty cat or the dog or the day you held that baby. Step back and maybe the time grandma or grandpa or daddy or mama just let you know that you're important to them. And as you go back, notice that feeling is right there at your fingertips. Notice the picture. Notice that feeling. And by the way, this is their gift to you. As a matter of fact, this will be with you forever. Come back often. Take a deep breath. Peace. Very good. All right, guys. All right, does that kind of all make logical sense? All right, what I would like to do is, I'd like some volunteers. What I'd like to do is someone to volunteer, maybe who has a headache, maybe someone has a physical pain, maybe someone who has a fear or a phobia, or something traumatic they want to get rid of. Or maybe someone who has an image or a memory that's stuck right there in their mind, and every time they go back to that memory, it torments them. Now, what's really cool is we can change it without giving content. That means you don't have to say what it is. Of course, we all want to know. And that's the truth, isn't that right? So we can associate to it. All right, does anybody want to volunteer?